I'm Mr. Kingston.
I'm Mr. Kingston.
I am Mr. Kingston.
I am Mr. Kingston.
I am Mr. Kingston.
I'm Mr. Kingston.
I'm Mr. Kingston.
I am Mr. Kingston.
I'm Mr. Kingston.
I am Mr. Kingston.
I'm Mr. Kingston.
Mr. Kingston.
I'm Mr. Kingston.
I am Mr. Kingston.
I'm Mr. Kingston.
I'm Mr. Kingston. I am Mr. Kingston.
I'm 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 Mr. Kingston.
I am Mr. Kingston.
I'm Mr. Kingston.
I'm Mr. Kingston.
I am Mr. Kingston.
Toilet, warm the seat.
Okay, kid, I'm warming the seat.
Thank you, toilet. Toilet, flush. Toilet, check my emails.
You have received no new emails this morning.
No new emails? But how? Check again.
You have no new emails, Kit.
Damn it, Franks. That old geezer. He must have taken off in the tricycle. He'd be halfway to Annapolis by now. What the hell, toilet? Unlock the door.
I'm sorry, Kit. I can't do that.
The way I always do. How was I to know she was with the Russians too?
License and registration, sir?
I took a little risk.
How are you doing today, sir? Do you know why we pulled you over? Do you mind if I kill you?
Get me out of this. Ha!
You know, I used to be a lawyer. I don't have to answer any of those questions. I have the right to remain silent.
Damn it, he knows his rights. Do you mind if I kill him? Not so fast. He has the right not to incriminate himself. But does he have the ability? That's nice.
You know, back in 1985 or so.
Because we don't have a lot. Yeah. Okay. I think it should be cat in the hat or cat in the hat? Cat in the hat. Cat in the hat? Cat in the hat. Cat in the hat? You got an argument for that? Yeah, or cat in the hat? It's in the hat. It's in the hat. In the hat. Oh, hey, this one's perfect. Excuse me. We're filming a movie and we require actors. Yes, really. So, actors will be awarded handsomely. Do you wish to be in our movie or do you not wish to be awarded handsomely?
Well, how handsomely? I mean, you're very handsome.
Thank you. I get that a lot. $100.
Wow. Very handsome.
Very handsome.
So what do I need to do? You know, I have restrictions regarding lewdness.
Oh, we can accommodate you. No problem. All you need to do is turn to the camera and say, I'm Mr. Kingston.
I'm Mr. Kingston.
Oh, excellent. Bravo, bravissimo.
Okay, but do you have any directorial advice?
Oh.
I mean, who are you?
Oh, I'm Mr. Kingston.
And you want me to be you?
I do not want to be you.
Well, yeah, I mean, you, okay, well then, cough up the hundo.
see your darkness, and that I see your darkness, and that I see your darkness, and that I see your darkness. Did you know how much I love you? There's a hope that somehow you could save me from this darkness.
Hey, sorry I'm late. I was involved in a dramatic road rage incident with a lifted F-350 that I eventually won through the power of determined Canadian love. Grant, I'm so glad we are having this moment to connect. But first, can I offer you a ginger snap? Now, Grant, do you know why you're in here today?
You know, usually I don't like to talk about myself. But in today's America, the only way to express yourself politically is to send copious amounts of mail at all times.
Grant, I love you and I care about you, but I see your emailing habits coming as a severe barrier to your development. Please, why don't you tell us what happened this morning?
I'm Mr. Kingston. Mr. Kingston! I'm Mr. Kingston. I'm Mr. Kingston. He's not me, I'm me, and I'm Mr. Kingston. What in the hell is Snoopy doing in here? There can only be one.
For a long time, I used to go to bed early. Sometimes when I had put out my candle, my
Yes, dear?
Mr. Gluck, can you raise the AC? It's a bit cold in here, love.
Yes, darling.
And half an hour later, the thought that it was time to go to sleep would awaken me. I would try to put away the
Yeah, I think you're blocking my path.
Julie! You're a disgrace to our Viking ancestors!
David, are you ready? We're gonna be late, it's almost 10.
Well, you've somehow passed my first couple of tests with flying colors, but this next one ought to get you.
You have never met a warrior like me. The best of all knight errantry in the land.
You're going down, La Mancha.
It's time to own this jury. Oh wait, I forgot to shove the stick up my ass.
Is it going?
Yeah.
Does anyone mind if I have my dog here? Okay, I was thinking we'd get started with some opening remarks from the prosecutor and the prosecuted. But before we get to that, I'm filling in for Ms. Shugla today, so I do have to leave in about 15 to 21 minutes. And I think we should proceed as we wish, but I think in the back of our minds we should have the question of the shape of space generally to the shape of our being. Does that make sense?
My fellows, now is a time when everyone must look deeply into his or her or their soul in order to perform a kind of introspection of soul, to then perform an introspection of souls to examine this man's right here. And as the exegesis of this trial and this process will prove, you simply cannot tell me that there is not something profoundly incommodious deep in this man's soul.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Mr. Franks, would you like to make an opening statement?
Opening statement? Yes. As I was riding here today, on my trike, I remembered a time in 1991 or so. I was watching Top Hat with Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Actually, I had to study all of their movies, fight a series of duels, and answer a strange man's riddles 3 in order to marry Martha, Mrs. Franks. Now, there's a passage in Ulysses. really what I suppose I want to know is, how can we really... I'm innocent. Any questions?
Objection! Your Honor, counsel!
Okay, thank you for your opening remarks. And Mr. Franks, thank you for wearing such a colorful shirt.
Have you seen Mr. Kingston around here?
I think he's down there.
Wow, nice throw. Wrong guy.
Now, I'm not sure I recall exactly what happened, but maybe I can act as a character witness. It was 2 weeks ago, late night at the SAG. I was practicing my layups alone in the gym. After absolutely failing once again, I looked up at the cardio deck to see Mr. Rosenberg and Miss Shukla arguing while both using the same elliptical at the same time. And next to them, Mr. Franks was on a stationary bicycle, reclined with impressive core strength and looking down at his laptop. Unwilling to disrupt the argument, I called to Mr. Franks. I said, "Grant, what are you doing?" He responded simply, "Practicing."
Order. It seems that there's a question of what is a testimony on the table. And I think we're all having trouble putting a fence around it. It could be a picket fence or a chicken wire fence, I'm not sure. But if we could all just figure out what might be in that category of fence in terms of this question, because there is a something that there has to be there. Is a something there is. Does that make sense?
Not really. But anyway, then the 95-person basketball game happened.
The 95-person basketball game?
I don't want to talk about it.
Hello.
Is Investigator Grinky?
Yes.
I think there's someone after me. You gotta help me.
Of course, I'm a professional. I'm very experienced. I'm very talented. I am a Major League Baseball player. Or, I was. But this was in the years before they made the rule against having a second batter. So, I played the second batter. And I would stand behind the first batter, and I would wait until the first batter was completely done swinging, and I would whack him on the head. It made for a very short game. But eventually, I realized the harm that I was doing to other human beings, and I moved on. I remember those days fondly. Also, I know German a priori.
Will you do it for free?
No.
Will you do it for $1?
No.
Will you do it for $2?
No.
You can't get to $1 million.
Alright then, it's settled.
Shit.
I just want to know, where you were that day, because it's a question for me that I'm trying to figure out. If you were near Mr. Franks at all.
So this is about the guy who was caught smashing his neighbor's pumpkins?
No, this is about the disappearance of Ken Wolf.
Oh, well, let's just get this over with. So we hear you've been involved with dogfighting.
Involved with dogfighting? I won in dogfighting.
Won? Do you mean your dog won?
No. I beat that dog fair and square. It couldn't pull any dirty tricks like that Great Dane did against Rousseau.
Do not, and I repeat, do not bring up that Great Dane ever again!
Walk it off, Alice. Well, a credible source has you with Ken Wolf the night of his disappearance. Do you have anything to say about that?
Well, we were at Michael Wolf's house for a dinner party. I was pretty excited because I don't get to go to many. We spoke for a little bit.
About what?
Well, I've been trying to find the good in every anti-Semitic writer in history.
Such as?
Ezra Pound, Heidegger's Black Notebooks, Celine, among others.
If you're not going to tell us what happened, I'd like to punish you, if you don't mind.
So we went in and it was just us. Michael Wolf he's making the crust of a meat pie, and I got the feeling that he'd invited me because I was around when he'd invited Ken, and he was a little cold. It seemed like he only wanted to talk to Ken in private. As I recall, he asked me to look at his new deck for a minute. I took the time to listen to the new Stereolab single. My mind kind of wandered, so it was a while before I came back, and Mike said that Ken was in the bathroom. And when I came back in, he'd apparently told us to start without him, and the pie is a meat pie. It was really good, until I pulled out a ring finger.
What the hell?
I thought so too, but before I could say anything, Michael Wolf was on he was on the table with his shirt off, with Lazarus smeared across his chest in blood, yelling, "The prophecy! There can only be one."
And why didn't you report this immediately?
Well, I had to go to bed early that night. I had a 10K to run the next morning.
Okay, what the hell? We'll send a squad to get him. We're gonna be in touch. You're off the hook for now.
If I were to ask you where you were on 9/11, in what respect would you answer? The question implies that I was in the same place all day on September 11th, 2001. I assume what you mean to ask me is, where was I when I heard the news of the tragedy of September 11th? I was at a pool in Arlington, Virginia, where I'm from. My father was there, Max P. Franks. He was a military man. Anyhow, when I heard the news, I peed in the pool. I never told anyone that before. Follow-up question. Where were you when JFK was assassinated? Objection. I don't know who that is.
I think that's sustained. Am I saying that right?
Where were you during the Garfield assassination? The cat or the president? Well, if it doesn't make any difference to anyone, I'm going to go back to my cell and lie on the ground.
I
I'm interested in this river or gooey thread that we've created here, but I have to leave immediately.
I'm curious, what's your justification for that?
It's just so sandpapery in here. Do you want to take over?
Recess.
You have to get out of there.
No!
Well, fucking hell, Franks, you gotta get out of there.
No!
Okay, sorry to do this to you.
Come out of there.
No!
You have to come out.
Come out of there. You have to come out.
No!
Well, that's circuit court for you. By Jove, I've lost the Grant Franks touch. I need to call a lawyer. But who knows me well enough to defend me completely and without a second thought? I've got it. I'll give her a call. Martha! No!
Come on. Up! Up!
Martha.
Get out! Get out! Get out!
Martha, please. I love Cage.
Go! 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 All right, let's go.
Court is now back in session.
I am representing my husband.
He is unfit for trial.
Very well. I suppose that's allowed.
By the way, when I was on my way here, I saw Road Cunnilingus.
Interesting. Tell me more.
Well, I was passing on the road and I saw in this car the driver performing cunnilingus on the person in the passenger seat. I thought it was very creative.
And the driver could still see where they were going. How interesting.
Not really. The driver hit me 7 times.
I think I could troubleshoot it.
I was in the 212. I'm the uptown hey nigga, you know what's up or don't you?
And you said you were where exactly?
It's at a meeting of the Porno Film Club.
I'd like to object, Your Honor. This man was not at Porno Film Club.
And how do you know that?
I enjoy watching pornography. I am not embarrassed about watching pornography. It is not sexual to me. I merely enjoy the experience of watching pornography. That is why I was there.
Yeah! That's jazz! Hello. I am your president, George W.D. Forty.
Wrong trial.
Thank you.
Since you are here, I suppose you are here for a reason. That is, that there is some connection between you and our poor defendant. Some relationship you both share. Something in common.
I just saw Mr. Franks the other day when the senior lab classes went to look the fossil labs.
Well, it's just rocks.
Do you have a senior lab class? Excuse me?
No, I'm so sorry. I am watching football. What was your question again?
Do you have a senior lab class?
No.
It's just rocks.
So, your relationship to our poor defendant is that he is very disinterested in dirt, and you have some sort of fetishistic attachment to it? Your relationship is that of the opposite.
Well, a few months ago, a colleague offered me a drink with a little bit of sand at the bottom. She told me that she made it specifically for me, that this was the national cocktail of Argentina. And oh well, I was ashamed I didn't know the culture mores of my country, and I accepted the drink.
Oh wow, I love this.
No further questions. Please step away from the booth.
I quit. I'm busy.
Sorry, I was stuck in traffic. Did I miss anything?
No.
Was that a box jump?
No, I gave up box jumping. That was my leap of faith.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen an astonishing display in court today. There are no charges. I don't know what's going on. You know, these lawyers are inept. I don't respect any of these jury members, but yeah, I just think it's just an affront to our justice system. And I think founding fathers of our country and the writers of our Constitution would just scoff at all of this, you know. But despite all of this, Your Honor, we've come to a decision.
Which is?
We, the people of the jury, find Grant Franks
I'm the real Mr. Kingston.
I'm the real Mr. Kingston.
Well, I have to admit, that confused me.
They're gonna put me in the movies. They're gonna make a big star out of me. We'll make a film about a man that's sad and lonely, and all I gotta do is act naturally. Well, I bet you I'm gonna be a big star. Might win an Oscar, you can never tell. The movie's gonna make me a big star, 'cause I can play the part so well. Well, I hope you'll come and see me in the movies. Then I'll know that you will plainly see the biggest fool that ever hit